So that was that's the schedule for the meetings and the locations. Town council, as I said, I sent them president, vice president, town administrator, an email requested, to be added to future agenda. Haven't heard back, so I'm going to do the smart thing, I think, and I'm going to complete the online form to get on the agenda and make sure. Maybe they don't read their town emails. Who knows? Although I think Patrick, but it's not his position.
And this was for the purpose.
What was you going to go on the agenda for?
Town council.
To town council and give them to discuss what we're doing, when we're doing it, talk about the survey and how we're looking to involve the public. And
okay. That's fine. I just didn't hear what you saying.
not a problem. As well as the outreach to the public, this item C, and that will be a letter to the editor to just discuss, as I kind of had mentioned about the town council, what we're doing, who we are, what the schedule is, give them the link to the survey, and entertain whatever.
Mike, can I go back, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
to your outreach to the town council?
Yeah.
Was that also including how they're going to handle our recommendations?
No, I did not bring that up.
Okay.
As you saw from the email that I believe, did you see Jay Land? Jay Edwards' email? Yes.
I have a lot of problems with it, we need to know.
And-
So does Rob.
Well-
It's just incorrect.
I reached out to Rob, soliciting his memory,
Yes.
because you both were on it at that time. And yeah, there's a discrepancy in what the.
Huge.
Yeah. So I asked Jay for his, I asked where that rule came from. Can he provide it? So that was last Saturday, I believe, Friday or Saturday, and I haven't heard anything back from him yet.
I did some research because I was actually interested. Do you know, I think we are only the 5th Charter Review Commission? Maybe the 4th, since the charter, which
Mhm.
was in 94.
Yes.
There was a Charter Review Commission in 99, and I did reach out to somebody who, and I can't think of his name, I don't have it. And he was going to be checking, get back to me, but his memory was that they did, that their, whatever they talked about did come to a vote, was sent to a vote for the town people. It was put on the ballot. And then the 84 one, for sure there was a special election that was just the Charter Review Commission's proposals. So there was none of this, no, it's only the town council's right to do it or not do it. So that was in 84, and then, 04, sorry. And then the next one, I didn't find anything about it, and then there was ours, which was our recollection at the time, when we were on 2018, that for the first time in the history of the Charter Review, they were not going to, that it was just assumed that our proposals would be put up to the voters. Whether the town council also wanted to put on their own resolutions, then that was up to them. I mean, they could do that.
Right.
And for the first time, they refused to let that happen. So that's my recollection of what happened. And I don't know if you remember back to the 2018 Charter Review Commission hearing, but I think it's sort of relevant just in terms of history of the town. I remember going to a town council meeting when all of a sudden Joan Shabbat was president at the time. And she said to, I think it was DeSisto, the attorney at the time, he said, you guys are overdue for a Charter Review Commission. And so I remember, I don't know why I was at that meeting, but I remember Joan turning to, and it's an elected position, as you know.
Right.
So Joan evidently turned to DeSisto and said, what do we do if nobody runs? And he said, well, I suppose at that point, you could appoint them, the town council. 24 people ran.
2018?
In 2018, we ran, a slate of us ran as 9. 6 of us were like Rob, myself, Jeff Karen. There were a bunch of us that the town evidently knew. 3 of them were people that we brought in to join our slate who were unknown. So I remember the night of the election, we were all at my house waiting for the results, and Justin Katz went up to town hall. And he called us and he said, I have the results for the charter review. And I'm just, they just were ran the way they did it. It wasn't our slate and then the rest. So I'm just writing down the numbers and I go, holy mackerel. I mean, our whole slate was elected and the town council was not happy. So there's a lot that was going on.
I seem to recall, excuse me, some of the background on that. I don't want to say that I would disregard history because that's not the case. I
No.
would like to know what the ruling is that Jay refers to, so that we can then, if he has a ruling, that
There's
he's.
no ruling that I know of.
Well, there
So-
has to be a letter from the attorney. There was something
Right.
that council gave them that, or they presumed had the authority to deny
I think he
or
referred
accept
to a court
anything
ruling. There
going
was
on.
no court ruling.
I don't remember that ever going to a court. I
didn't.
believe the attorneys handled that,
The town,
being on it, just being clerk during that time. But I think, Mike, this comes back to just a general question I had asked one day. That portion, that part of the charter is not clear enough written. It says just recommend. Now, you can interpret that different ways, and that's fine, but I think we don't have a clear mission here where we're going if we do not know what the end product is going to follow through with. What is our mission then? Is our mission to do all the work in the background, and that's fine, that's what we signed up for, and then recommend it to the council, and the council takes it from there, or not? Or are they not allowed to do that? I think before we dwell too much into this, we need to know where our mission's going. I'm not clear on this, and until somebody gives me something that clearly says, oh, that word recommended just really means recommend to the voters versus recommend to the council.
It doesn't say that, it just says recommend for approval, adoption, amendment, or revision in a manner provided by the state constitution.
And I
So it
would
does
like to
not,
see from the council or their solicitor or our own whatever, I would like to see the steps that they expect this charter commission
I
to
agree, and I
do.
think,
Because we're kind of willy-nilly here.
Or we clean that up, or we clean up.
We can clean
That's
it
the
up,
irony.
but
That
that'll
was
be
one of our
after the
proposals
fact.
that they blocked, was to make this.
But that
clear
would be
we have
after the
that
fact, it would not be,
Put clear
that would be an amendment,
right, That
therefore
would be
needing
up
to
for
go
them to
before
do
the
it.
people could be
Right.
approved or disapproved.
correct.
But how do we get it to the people? Is that step in there or not? Rob, did I understand you to say that you had some attorney opinion on this?
So what we have is we had like a paragraph, I think by Anthony DeSisto, who I believe cited the Viveros case, which was not an elected charter review commission. And then not this body, but the charter review commission put out a 10-page memo with our analysis that was never answered. And we had requested independent counsel,
Yeah,
which the council
we
did
wouldn't get
not.
it.
So, I mean, I'm happy to share that memo with you. It's public record if you want to really go through why we think the better reading is an elected body has to go directly to the voters and why but it's, it's not 100% clear, so.
And that's
But
what
it
I
never went to
worry about.
court.
We're gonna get to what we assume to be the end process
Mm-hmm.
to go to the voters. And it may or may not get there if past practice is followed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying if it's followed, it may not get where we think it's going.
Well, just so you know, when we were turned down that time by the town council, putting our, we talked about taking it to court. And instead, a bunch of us decided maybe what we'll do is we'll just run for town council. And we got the majority. And then the recall happened, so.
I know I attended your public hearing when the Charter Review Commission had a public hearing, and then the council held public hearings on each and every proposal.
Yeah.
And they were the determining body as to what went on the,
Ballot.
Yeah.
They went through 100 plus.
oh, they
proposals?
No,
went
we
through.
narrowed it
No,
to
no, no.
13.
They never sent 100 and some.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't put that on a ballot.
The
People-
CRC.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
think put
23.
13 or 10.
Oh,
I think we're
was it
trying to keep
13?
it at 10, and I think we
Oh,
failed
okay.
and put 13 out there.
I think it
You've
was
got the-
13.
I think you had
it was
like
13.
23 and then you cut it down again. But yes, they did a public hearing on each and every one, voted on each and every one. Now that's gonna be in council minutes because it was a
Yeah.
council public hearing. Prior to the council doing that though, the Charter Review Commission did have public
Yeah, we
hearings
had our own too.
on all their proposals because I sat through them, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're all recorded too.
The meetings?
Yeah, I think was it Kelly? Because we were sure they would even give us money to film, so I think Kelly Levesque, was it?
I think
She
so.
sat
I
there
think
every
that's-
minute, towards the end.
We should know where.
So that, and you know, look, you win some, you lose some, but I think that is probably a recommendation I'm going to make, is that we get clarity on this. I mean, I think, so there were a lot of things wrong with Mr. Edwards' letter. First of all, there was never litigation brought by the CRC. Everything the CRC did was unanimous.
I didn't read it.
And at the end of the day,
Well, he was just wrong.
I mean, I stand up.
yeah, so I'm not sure how you want to respond to that, but I'm curious to see what Casey's, maybe he's got a case from another town I never heard of before, but
Yeah,
The what?
we haven't
Say it
seen
again?
anything.
maybe there's a case from another town that because as I recall, there wasn't another elected charter review commission in the state. Maybe Lincoln had one, but it was a different, it had a different language or something like that. So, I think there's no reason why we can't work in parallel, though. We can keep, either way, we're gonna come up with recommendations, and then you can have the
So-
pleasure of.
In addition, let me ask the sense of the commission. In addition to me going and explaining what our schedule is, what our expectation is for meeting and soliciting input, is it everybody's thought or enough of the group's thought that I need to be asking, what is the town council's expectations of us? And what are they going to entertain as far as submissions?
I don't know if
I
I
don't,
phrased it that way.
well,
So you want, I think what we're asking for is clarification on, do our recommendations go directly to voters
Yeah.
for approval, or do they go to the town council for approval to then
To be
go?
allowed to go to voters, correct.
Right.
Yes.
And so as I look at different charters from different communities, Portsmouth is very clear, the Charter Review Committee shall present its recommendations to the council for review and approval.
Right.
So they say it right up front. Smithfield says that they present the amendments, and then the town council summarizes, so to speak, the amendments, so I think we need clarity. I think that would help all of us feel better about the work that we're doing.
yes.
So maybe what we could ask for is that under section 1205 amendments of the charter, that, at least to me, is not clear enough.
Right.
Therefore, if I were a sitting member of the council, I would have to rely on my solicitor for the opinion, for the legal opinion on this. Now, I thought I heard Rob say we could get an opinion from an attorney. It may not be the town solicitor, but it's the town solicitor that's gonna hold the weight on this. And that's, I mean, the ambiguity it's just not clear.
Right.
You know, one that's interesting is when you look at 1205 and it
I
talks
don't
about.
quote that you said that, but for some reason when you were talking, I was listening in the last meeting when you said something about, you know, maybe Anthony DeSisto was right, maybe he was wrong. I have no idea, I'm not an attorney.
Yeah, we know the joke, you put two attorneys on an island and they'll live forever, you know, and they put, they'll argue forever. But it's interesting as you talk about 1205, because one of the things in 1205 says, should two or more amendments adopt conflict, then the one receiving the largest votes prevail. And so it's hard for me to imagine how, if only one body could put
Is
forward
making
amendments,
them,
would
they're
make
not
conflict.
conflicting.
It almost, like,
Well, because the council always has the ability under
exactly,
there to
exactly.
put anything they choose to go on,
Right.
any amendment.
No,
They don't need a charter review committee.
No,
to
but
do
They
that.
just did it.
But Nancy,
Yeah.
what
Just
he's
voted
saying
on
is
one.
that the town council, it would be hard to imagine as a body that they would put two conflicting things on. They would have a vote in the town council to decide which goes on. So that's Rob's point, that it probably anticipates another entity putting a
Right.
proposed
Rob,
amendment
who do you
forward.
think could clarify that then? Do you think,
You know,
who's the president?
at the end of the day,
Mike
only courts can clarify these things. You know, just like you've seen, the school board has its own counsel, an independent. In any time you have a conflict of interest in a client, you should have independent counsel. I mean, the town solicitor's not elected, right? So, but I'm not, that was a different commission. It's the pleasure of this commission whether it wants to even go that far or ask, or maybe it won't matter because maybe it's a matter of comedy or
Well-
politically they'll just agree. We don't know yet.
Wouldn't that be a check-in on process? So if we said, we want to make sure that we're understanding the process correctly, we're an advisory board, we develop recommendations, the recommendations come to you, the town council, for review, and then to the voters, or do our recommendations go directly to the voters? I think just asking the question related to process up front.
But where are you getting that we're an advisory board? When you look in the charter review commission, we're a nine-member, nonpartisan review commission, whose duty it shall be to review the charter and recommend for approval, and it doesn't say recommend to whom. Recommend for approval and adoption
Well,
amendments.
just to interrupt,
Yeah,
only the voters have the right to approve. So I view that as quite clearly the recommendation is to the people.
Yeah.
Because the council can't approve, only the people can approve, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
no, but that's my point, but nowhere does it say we're just advisory.
So,
So
but
who
it-
decides what goes on who
Well,
decides what goes on
It does
ballots?
tell us the town council shall approve the statement of the question as it shall appear on the ballot.
Right.
Exactly. They pick
But
one.
that's just the statement, because the ballot cannot have a whole story there. So they come up with the statement, and then you post the full,
background.
yeah, in the election hall, but not on the ballot. Remember, these ballots take time to vote.
Right.
So where it refers to the manner provided by the state constitution, that's referring, I haven't reviewed it. Is that referring to it's gonna go before the voters and they will make a decision at that point? Or does it give any guidance as to who might have the ability to frame the questions that go before the voters, as in the town council or us?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm happy to circulate our memo on this, you might enjoy reading it, I don't, but it does, there is language in the state constitution that talks about amendments to charters, that it's the legislative body of the city or town. And so this gets back to, since we are elected, town council's elected, we're elected, who is the legislative body for purposes of this? So the constitution kind of helps, but it doesn't really quite.
Is it just gray enough?
It talks about how you form one in the first place, and it also says that because it's a home rule charter, that our charter, which is the force and effect of a state statute, we have flexibility to do what we want.
For us.
So then you go back and you look at 1205 and you're like, recommend for approval. So it's, you know, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
hope you feel better, Dennis.
Thank you.
So you know, I think it's unfair for either position taker to say this is 100% clear. I think the better reading is that an elected body is no other body in this town is elected or an elected official that's advisory to another. What would be the point of electing 9 people for this just to be advisory?
Budget committee.
No, but the budget committee, at least it used to, always had direct access to the people on the FTR. I don't know
No.
what changes have been.
No, it's
Yeah.
It doesn't really
their
work.
advisory.
That's been
That's
changed.
one of the.
Oh,
that's
there you
one of
go.
the ways. Yeah, they just took it
That's
over.
what, so we might take that out, right? So,
Maybe a sit down with
so
the solicitor and a couple of people involved, then,
this
not
is
me certainly.
My problem with just, if we're, if we consider ourselves a separate elected body, we're not, the solicitor is not our solicitor, correct?
well, he's a solicitor for the town, but it's much like with the school board. I mean, if the town council is saying, we're gonna block your proposals, and the charter review commission is saying, we don't want you to block your proposals, then, and he's selected by the town
Right.
council,
Yeah.
then he should appoint a separate independent
Yeah.
council.
Yeah.
And that's.
Which is not to say this council is gonna do this.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of throwing it out, where are we going? What direction do we think the end is this or the end is that?
No, I
Because
agree.
I still have questions with the email. And I know you said that the town was paying for it, but that's not how the call came to me. So,
The which one? I'm sorry.
the email and the cost of the email,
Oh,
the charter email, yeah. I'm still not even clear on that, so
If
either
you
I'm
get
very
it-
slow or I'm not, catching on as quick as I should, I guess.
no, it's, as I read it, it was, if we wanted individual emails for the members, it was $21.94 a piece.
But I made it very
that
clear,
we
we
had
were
to
only
pay?
No, no, no,
looking
no,
for
no.
one
And
email
that's all we have.
to the
is
charter
one.
commission.
Yeah.
And I was told it's $249.25 or something, some figure near there. And that, I said, well, we're not gonna pay for that ourselves. And the response was, well, I could go before the council first. So would you please just clarify that we are not, I will not pay a
But
penny for an email.
is it, who's the server at Tiverton dot, is it
It's
Tiverton?
Charter
dot gov?
Commission at
Yes.
Tiverton.
CRC
There shouldn't be
2025.
any,
Okay.
That was my
I'm just-
understanding, what Joan
just
said that
asking
night,
for
that the town
clarification.
would pay for it.
I'm thinking of the school district. They have people all the time. They don't pay individual
Well,
fees for each
why give
person
us all
that's added
this
to an email.
pricing? No.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm just for clarification, if you could just ask.
Yes.
So do we want Mike
You don't have to
to-
put that on the
do you
council
want Mike to,
agenda.
at this point, ask, what Nancy's suggesting, ask, where is this going? What's the end result of the work we're gonna be doing?
I already thought we empowered you to do that,
Yeah,
so I could be
yeah.
wrong about this, but
Yeah.
I thought we
I-
did
That was
too.
the intent.
I trust you both to
What
manage
is
this.
the
but
process
I-
and what,
Right.
Yeah,
what's
And
our role?
I think, I don't know if others are willing to commit to this, but I think it might be comforting, I'm just talking here, if the council heard something like, it is our goal to put no more than 10 proposals for, because I think sometimes you might get an argument like, well, what if you put 53 things out there? Do we really have to put them all there? I think it would be helpful, to say this is our general intent, something like we expect to finish all intakes by whatever we think we said May 1st, and we expect to deliberate, and we expect to have a list of whatever it is we decide
I
by
think what
October.
we did last
yeah.
time, we came up with
Oh.
like 40 recommendations, but some of them
Yeah.
were minor. And so we picked 10, I think it was 10, right? 8 or 10 or
I
something.
thought it was
that-
10, but I think
yeah,
someone wrong.
I think it was 10.
So I don't know if that would be helpful, or if you even want to commit to that at this time, but I think there's a chance that, I think we all agree the town council has the right to put their own on. And if they hear from us that we commit to, we will endeavor to put no more than 10 on, and it is our expectation, or, we would be comforted to know that our hard work would result in the voters getting to hear what they elected us to do.
Yeah.
And if they disagree with that, then I think there should be an opportunity to see some analysis. But a one paragraph from DeSisto citing a case from a town that doesn't have an elected charter review commission, I don't think in my opinion, is a thorough enough analysis for something that I think we would all agree, other than maybe the one letter writer is not totally clear.
But your memory is you feel that's what Jay's referring to?
I have no idea.
We never went to court. There's no way it went to court.
Was he on the council at the time?
No.
I'm not sure.
No.
So you have to remember too, it's just a correspondence
Right.
written by someone who is not on the council presently. So
And
it's
it
just
was not on at the time.
right.
As far as
It's
I don't think it
opinion.
was.
It's opinion. So I mean, you put it in the record, but is it necessary for us to respond to it? Not
Well, I-
necessarily.
My response was I asked for him to provide it.
Yeah.
I said if you'd be willing to share it with me, we'd be glad to review it.
Mhm.
I don't have the memory, I wasn't involved, so I don't
Right.
know, there was 100, we've seen the spreadsheet that were reviewed, you narrowed it down, I didn't know how many you narrowed it down to. I know that
I
when-
think we put 10 on.
And
that
none of them were
were-
considered, there was 2 that
No.
went before the public and they were the town council.
Town
generated-
council put 10 before.
10
And
of them?
only 2 passed.
Oh, maybe that's
And
okay.
the 2 that passed were perfunctory, and then 8 got turned down. I have the record.
Okay. So, all right, I think that are we as a body agreeing that I want to ask the questions as to what they feel our purpose is? Is everybody comfortable if I say we're going to limit the number of recommendations that we put forward?
We're gonna try to limit.
Attempt to.
Yeah, I just
We
threw
don't
that out.
expect to come with 100.
Right, we're not,
But-
no,
Yeah.
no, that's crazy, that's cumbersome, yeah.
And we may not even reach 10, right?
Yeah.
For
Right.
Perhaps.
If they
Might have to
don't
do
have
those.
enough value, then that's right.
Right.
This was, Mike, just if you want to have it, that's the result of the 2018 election. And you'll see that
You're
town
an
council.
encyclopedia, wow.
Well, I did some research. Town council put
I
8
love-
on, and
I
only
love
2
having
passed.
the value of your experience because you guys have,
You know, I could make copies for them if you want, only because some of these, it may be good to reference, so we know
I
what
made
people
copies.
did not want.
I made copies.
I don't even remember.
Well, this was the town council, yes, it's
well,
very
then Rob will
important.
take that one back.
I swear the font's smaller than it was 7 years ago. I don't know how that happened.
Thank you.
I think, just I'm speaking for myself here, but my hope is that there's no lawyers needed and lawyering up needed, that as a matter of courtesy,
4 and 8.
they will agree to put, and I think it's fair to say this is a pretty well-rounded group of people here. It represents a lot of different viewpoints, and if this group agrees to put less than 10 proposals on, one of which I'm going to lobby, clarifies this,
Oh, yeah.
I would like to think that maybe that is just the result we'll get
4
to.
and 8 were approved.
So we don't
A
have to do
reasonable,
these.
yeah.
Question
I think
4.
that that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So it's
Funny,
that vacancy
because-
of elected positions.
Isn't, I know Frank Marshall just passed, but isn't Dick Taylor still, is he still on? He's from the beginning.
I don't think so.
Some of these people have been on charter commissions from the,
Oh, I think Frank Marshall's the one I talked to
he just
from.
died, didn't he?
Oh,
Frank
when?
Marshall?
Didn't Frank Marshall pass? not too
Like just
long
recently?
ago?
So maybe I
Last
talked to
summer.
him. Oh, no,
I
I
don't
just,
think
I
so.
talked to somebody, just, I
That's my
think,
neighbor.
He's in the nursing home, I just think. I thought he
Yeah,
was.
I'm,
Well, like Frank Marshall and,
oh, wait, here's the,
Dick
November,
Taylor.
here it is.
Dick Taylor.
Dick Taylor is still in. I'd like to hear,
I don't know.
it would be interesting to hear what their
Who's
intent was.
Send him
Wouldn't that be
audiobooks. If I'm thinking of the same Dick Taylor.
Jim Donnelly?
Jim Donway's still around.
He's still around.
Maybe, I can't remember who I spoke to. It was some guy who had been on an earlier charter review, and he was gonna get back to me. And now I think he's on the planning board, the zoning board.
Who's that?
Dictate.
No. No? Francis,
Francis.
Frank Marshall. He passed away in February
I told you,
last
Just
year.
this February?
No, last
He
year.
passed
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
this
then I didn't
last
talk
year.
to him.
last
Couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago.
February,
Unity.
February 20th.
Say
He's not the one then.
Well, anyway, I think we're gonna cover it, so that's
He's a great
fine.
guy.
He was.
Yeah.
Well, I think we want
Tons
to
of
get,
history.
Oh, God,
All
yeah.
right.
we want to get clarity on
I
what
have
they
the,
Yeah,
I
I
have
agree.
the
allow us
Secana
to,
times.
I agree.
I
To go forward.
thought he was great.
I have this, I have the Secana times that they interviewed him with.
Question 48.
Okay, moving forward, the proposal form development. Has everybody seen this survey question? No?
No,
The form, not the survey question. So,
no, that's, Diane was gonna,
what was I
getting
supposed
a
to
little
share?
confused, cause
Yeah.
at the last meeting, there wasn't a quorum, so we didn't meet, and so it's been like, has
Okay,
that
if
been like 3 or 4
everyone,
weeks, right?
if you're able to check your phone, I
Yep.
can send it to you that way and you can test it out for me.
Great.
All right, this is
And
gonna
what
be
is,
fun
what
because I
is
have a new
this for,
phone.
Diane?
Do you?
And this is the first form that we developed is to get input from departments and boards
Mm-hmm.
on changes that they would like to see to the charter.
Okay.
Ellie, I don't know if I have your email. You wanna,
DEPTBYR,
hold on.
It's gonna be recorded, so it's gonna.
Danny,
it's gonna-
Ellie, Patty, Tim,
Okay,
BYR.
DEP, TBYR, got it.
Like department or whatever,
Better not go
DEPT.
through all the brothers and
You
sisters.
want-
Yeah, no.
Okay.
At yahoo.com.
Diane, what is, if I search for your email, Diane,
Well, she hasn't sent it yet. She's gonna
It's
send it to me.
D Santa.
Oh, you
02.
haven't sent it yet?
No.
oh, I'm sorry,
So
okay.
I'm gonna send it
Okay,
right
okay.
now.
No time like the present.
Ah, sorry, an internal error has occurred.
Uh-oh,
Let's try this again.
good old technology.
Okay. Okay.
If that one doesn't work, I do have another one that do.
No, I don't know if it's because of the Wi-Fi. Hold on 1 minute.
And then you dump my oldest
That's
grandson.
annoying.
It's gonna all be
I know, and it's all gonna
Try
be,
again.
for the whole world to know.
yeah.
We,
If not, I'll put the
We
link
can
in.
discuss this later,
No,
though.
I don't know if that's any
for
better
the
though.
future agendas.
Roll call, okay, sure. And do you wanna have an open public input session?
I think we're
Specifically,
gonna
or-
wanna do that at some point as we go forward. When,
Okay.
how quickly we do is
Yeah.
what we can discuss, but
Yeah,
if I don't put these ideas down,
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if I have to use it.
Okay.
I'll give it to you at the end.
Let me just make a note.
Not letting me share and then try a different response. I'm gonna send an email with it. Let's try that.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
so
were you
we-
trying to share it on Google?
Mhm.
Oh, no, don't do that, please. Cause it keeps going to my old work Gmail, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm not on it anymore.
Oh, I had that
But it
issue
keeps-
too.
So
It
your
keeps picking it
email-
up, and it won't pick up my new one.
So it's not Gmail?
No, I have a Gmail, I'm
Oh,
saying my
okay.
old
Gotcha.
address was
The school one.
it wasn't a Gmail, it was a Google
Yeah.
account, so I had Google. They get mixed up,
Well, I did when I left.
I mean, they shut me off, but
Yeah, when I left, I didn't,
it's
saw
fine.
the head,
Now I don't want anything to do.
the head of the tech department.
Okay, so hopefully you just received an email.
So
and
what
you'll
is your
have a
email?
link.
What is your, where's it coming
You'll
from?
see it in
It should
your
go to your
email.
email account. And mine didn't.
So mine came through.
I'm gonna close it out.
And can you check,
Bring it
Mike, to
in.
see if you're able to click on the link and access the survey?
Here we are.
You're in.
Winner, winner.
There we go, I've got it.
Are you able to access the survey?
Oh, did you
Yeah.
get it? You got it too. Yep. Google Docs, nice.
Now I'm
I
gonna tell
love that
you,
you can do that.
no,
Dan. I'm
because
so
I have a
So
new
easy.
phone.
Okay, here, why don't you share mine?
I used to make tests and everything else on Google.
And I'll probably, when I get home, and if you put it on my
It'll come up.
laptop,
You
it'll
know,
be on
when
my
you don't
laptop.
use it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So essentially, we're gonna
Yeah.
ask them the name of the board.
Nice.
We want to know the number of members that are allowed based on the charter and how many seats are currently filled, because we've heard from
Yeah.
some boards they have a hard
We
time
change
getting a
changes to
quorum because there are
amendments.
too many slots and not
We
enough
discussed
people
that,
on the
though.
board.
We were discussing.
So we
this
thought
at
that
the
would be
last
helpful.
This is great
Yeah,
because then, okay, so now who will have a record of the responses?
We will.
You will?
So we can all be viewers.
We'll
to
all be able to see
it.
it? Okay,
Mhm.
wonderful.
So we're
I
asking
love
them
this.
to put the section heading that will help us to sort it, so that we
Mhm.
can take a look at particular sections.
Yep.
And then the change that they're requesting, their rationale, this is the language that I borrowed
Yeah.
from you, Nancy, in
Yeah.
your survey questions.
Yeah.
The anticipated impact of the
Yeah.
change,
Yep.
Yeah.
and any additional information they would like to share.
You're not gonna have all this paper, Nancy. What are you gonna do? It's all gonna be on.
That's fine.
That was our paper on the board.
Yeah, you're gonna,
And you want to use the word changes as opposed to
I mean,
amendments?
you can always print it
You
out.
like the word changes?
Yeah, I think so. Reason for change.
You know,
effect
even
of
right from the
change.
beginning where you put commission on proposed changes to town, and that's fine.
You didn't see me
You'd
throw
rather
my
have
phone.
that than
I want to
amendments.
see that first sentence.
Well, but it goes on.
Yeah, we
It
can
says-
put amendment there.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Well,
we
you
said
don't have to,
that.
because then you say amendments.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
it's,
I love that.
Change,
Making
yeah.
multiple,
it looks thorough. I mean, it looks like you're covering all the,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Yeah, everything
really
that we
like
talked
it.
about at that, yeah.
You're
And
hired,
the
Diane.
date, is that
Google
right?
Yeah,
April
is that
4th?
They're gonna be
okay,
date
April
and time
4th?
stamped.
No, I mean,
But
we
April
said
4th?
a deadline.
Yeah.
of April 4th.
Yeah.
Deadline?
Yep,
That's only 30, well, roughly 30 days at this point, but
Yeah.
that's because it's been delayed a couple of weeks. and
Right,
having
right.
this
So
discussion.
we really need to
Okay.
get the word out here.
so
Yeah.
this
Should-
is for
Should we push it out a
boards
little?
and
That's
commissions
what
Yeah.
and
you probably should.
departments.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause I'm thinking if departments wanted
departments.
to meet and discuss
Yes.
this together and then put their comments
Yes.
in.
yeah.
They could do that at their, I don't know if it's still Friday mornings, but they meet with the administrator to go over everything on the, they could, if you, because you're gonna be
Okay.
talking to them anyway,
Mhm.
that would be a good spot to get this out to all the department heads. He has a department head meeting every week.
How do we get this out to voters too? As I
So
talk to people.
we
Some
have
people
a
say-
letter that has the link, but then I also have a QR code for it, so they can access it that way on their phone from the website or from flyers that we. if we
And
wanted
is
to
it similar
post
to this?
flyers.
I think we should.
Yep, it's the
And-
same,
Oh,
it
okay.
brings you to the same place.
Okay.
The letter to the editor will have the link as well.
Letter
Yeah,
to the editor.
yeah.
Yep.
And it'll be on the website, the
Correct.
town website.
Yep.
And maybe we could ask Dave to do a bullet for the charter commission.
Highlighters.
Yeah, because usually like for elections and all, we do a special spot for it. And that might be a good idea to ask if they could do that for the charter commission so that everybody would know where to go on the town website to get the survey.
Diane, it finally arrived. to my
Kind of
phone.
bullets it. There you go.
I could have walked it down there. Do we want to bump it out a couple of weeks?
I would.
Like the 18th?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I would
Give
too.
them enough time to.
Yep.
if the
Okay.
commissions want to meet with their regularly scheduled group and how
Yep.
they're meeting monthly, they'll have an opportunity.
So you talked about a letter to the editor. Are you composing one, Mike? I know you're meeting with the council, but
Yes, I think I might, did I send it to you?
The letter to the editor?
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
I didn't want to do the rolling form here, so
oh, right,
I get it right here, and then I
Right.
figured that we could discuss it at this meeting.
I
I'm just
Agree.
realizing we got TV there. I could
I know.
So proposal
Um,
form development,
oh, yeah.
that was what you just sent us,
do you want to
Diane,
put it
right?
up there?
I wonder if I
Diane?
could cast to it.
Diane, is what you just sent us, the
Do you know how to
proposal
connect
form
it to me?
development?
Yeah.
I have to take a look.
It's our tech
Is it,
person. Right here.
Yeah, is there a remote?
the remote is what we're gonna need. Yeah.
Let me go to the desk and find out. The other thing is if you have flyers or something, I'm happy to put some up around town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Local opportunity.
So what date?
Cumberland
is it?
Farms,
Coastal Roasters.
The 18th, does that sound good?
Push it out
Well,
2
that's
weeks.
too short, right? The 18th of April?
Yeah.
Well,
It's 6
Oh, I
weeks.
thought you were extending it out.
Yes, this
So
currently
that's
says
April
April 4,
Well,
so
we
she's
can-
extending
Oh,
it to the.
oh, you already
Yeah.
put April 18th, and I'm sorry. Mine says by April 18th already.
Oh, mine, the one
Well, it's because I updated it.
Oh,
As we
and
were
I've got it
talking.
updated,
Yeah.
okay. So
yeah, I still have the one that says April 4th.
April 18th is gonna give us 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks from today. So how fast can we get all this stuff out?
And keep in mind, this survey is only for the departments. Then
And
there'll be a
boards and
separate one will
commissions.
be for the public.
Right. So if we agree on this, the formats and everything, it can be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really, the administrator can get it out to the boards and commissions too, so.
Yeah, we have this letter, Mike, to the departments and boards to send it out. But then I know you had done a letter to the editor.
And now I have the other one.
I'm able to find it.
Yeah, I've seen it, I'm updated quick.
Letter to the editor.
Oh, I have it, I'm sorry.
No,
I do
it's,
have it. Yeah.
so, since we're in the meeting, I wonder if it would be simpler to send it to your phones. Well, maybe if we can get it up there.
We gotta check this link too. Whenever we send anything out, we should double check the links.
It's the same as the commission, board, name of board of commission. No, I put the wrong, I put this one, not the one for the public.
I hear like ships that pass through the night.
What's that?
Jane and I are like ships that pass through the night. Where the heck are you? He writes. Okay, I told you where I was going.
What happened?
Oh, mine kept saying, oh, so your meeting's at
But I didn't put
7:30?
it on the calendar, so. So here's a cord. She said she
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you needed it.
Well, let's see if I can cast to it.
Look at that.
Okay, okay. So I probably need to.
No,
do
So
that.
press source. Okay, let's see.
Something,
What are we trying to pull up?
I'm trying to put the letter, the editor up. I don't know if I got that network security key.
Never easy.
Oh, mirroring. This Apple
All
TV.
right, let's do the
Help
key.
us, help us. on your mobile device.
Go back to the other,
HDMI work better than streaming or anything.
You guys are so good at this. I'm so totally lost.
Well, that part I do know at home, connecting the TV to.
It's like, is it a smart TV? I do not know.
Just
Hey,
So many times, it was like, which one's HDMI on? Or is it two?
So when the 11-year-old grandson knows more about
That's
connecting
right.
things than.
Dad, you wanna try the source, see which HDMI I plug it into?
Three?
Oh yeah, try 3
Yes, yeah.
Try 30, yeah.
or 4.
Go right, yeah.
Oh, AV. No. There's 3.
Just 3. Let me try that.
There you go.
You got it.
Right.
Nice.
I didn't do anything,
Sweet.
but I did it.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work. You betcha, baby.
So,
As long as nothing nefarious pops
You
up.
want me to move so you get a better.
No, it's all right. I can do.
I love that. There we go.
so,
Oh, nice. Oh, we just have to put the QR code on there, huh?
yeah, and I gotta get the link corrected,
Yeah.
because the link took us to the commissions, board and commissions page.
1994. Wow. Wasn't that long ago.
1994.
Yeah, that was not that
20
long.
20 years ago.
That's not that long ago. If you think about it.
Am I squinting?
So, this was just intended as an
Yeah, yeah.
educational opportunity to put the word out.
Nicely done.
Pardon me?
Nicely done.
The only thing
Um,
I think I would add is I'd bold some things just to make them pop out.
Do they do
Right.
that at this kind of times? I don't know that they
Or-
have that
Or
font.
have,
That's $100 upcharge.
oh, I'm thinking if this was to be posted somewhere in town, we'd want to bold it and have some clip art or something to make it
Yeah, well, it's, if
draw
this is,
attention.
if you like the language, we can put this,
Yeah.
I can just pull the letter to the editor stuff and the reference to that. And,
Yep,
get the document out as
I love
to
it.
be made as a flyer.
Bump into Nancy.
Love it.
The lawyer and me, the only thing, the commission convenes every 6 years. There was like 10 years between one, does it matter?
Well, no, because if
Charter.
nobody ran for it and they didn't
No,
appoint, and,
they didn't, they have to establish that there's going to be one, and they were late in doing it.
yeah,
Right.
but so that's what I mean, it's.
The only
it's
people
nothing-
that are noticed, Nancy, are the people that
That's
know
right.
enough.
And we're moving forward anyway. We're not gonna
Yes.
go back.
Right.
No going back.
Evil eyes. Evil eyes.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna be.
I think the key message is that we want input. And that's
Correct.
The,
Yes.
That's the detail.
I
That's
agree.
the thing.
Diane, I can send this to you again, and if you want, oh, you already have it. If you
Yeah,
can
I
clean
did.
up the link.
I cleaned up the link and I reshared it with you. I'll share it again.
Okay, perfect.
Do we want to put what time our meetings start?
Didn't
I
I
got it
read
here.
that 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, does it say that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Maybe I hadn't got it.
Bolded, man.
Yeah, when, if that goes posted,
Oh, yeah, yes.
if that gets
Bold.
posted,
Or
that would be.
if not bolded, you could do it italicized, or,
Mm-hmm.
so it would stand out. I don't know. If if they do that in the Secana Times.
I should just imagine, there are all these residents sitting around wanting to put their input on the Tiverton
Is
town
that,
charter.
is that this week?
No, this was, the 30th. It talks about, historic
Yeah,
Oh,
commission, so
yeah,
I
the,
brought it in. Remember we had talked about that?
yeah.
Let's see. Well, they bold people's names who signed the letters,
Okay, well,
so,
Alright, yeah.
I guess they could
I'll
bold.
highlight a couple of the
Yeah,
Paragraph.
they signed the, it's all
pertinent points.
bolded, and there's, no, that's the regular font. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say,
thinking
why does
it'll-
this have
it'll
my
jump
Gmail, Diane? I'm just realizing because I clicked the link.
say it again, what?
It's
So-
got
So
his
it's got his
Gmail.
Gmail.
You opened it, right?
Yes, that's what it is, so everybody's will be their own. I was like, wait a minute.
I know.
That's not
Yeah.
what we wanted.
Okay. that's
So
good.
this is obviously for the boards and commissions and we
Yeah.
Can I ask
gotta,
a question though? So when you open it, you just see your own email,
that's
right?
what
Okay.
I'm seeing. Everybody else
Me
seeing their
too.
own as well?
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So then for the public input, we can clean up the questions regarding the commissions and the number and the seats
Diane.
filled.
The email that came up with this on mine is my other Gmail.
See, I don't,
That's what you're logged in on.
It's, alright, so it's my grandson, so it's the Oliver. Oliver 3/18/2014. Now you know his birthday.
And every password you have.
I was gonna say, hopefully you never use those for a password.
No, I don't, no.
Ellie, what email do you use like when Rob sends information out?
Let's see what I do.
Gmail.
Let's do.
Can you see it?
I can tell you which one you use, cause
Department buyer? Who is that?
it's in details.
Is that
Hold on,
Dennis?
because I have both of them on this wonderful phone that I was told that I have to use, so.
All right,
Who's the Yahoo? That must be Dennis? The Yahoo email? I see.
Dennis?
Email
Who are
me
we
that
missing?
Letter, please, so I can print it out.
Jerry.
No, I think that's Ellie.
Dennis.
What is your, are you DEPTBYR?
Yes.
Okay, that's,
6, 7, 8.
so that's Yahoo. So her email that Rob sends,
6, 7.
Diane,
Plus
is
Jerry, plus
DEPTBYR, but it's a Yahoo. It's not a
So,
Gmail.
you know, if you
We're
want,
missing Jerry.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diane, we'll go to stay with the Oliver. Rob, we're gonna switch it.
New email? Okay, hit me.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Can you-
ahead.
It's
Oliver?
Oliver,
Uh-huh.
3/18.
Can we
20.
pause for a minute? I don't know if we should be giving out emails when we're recording.
True. This is going to be public.
What the heck, I'll be getting
Public
some
info.
very.
Well, it's on the,
Yeah, well, I would
Yeah.
like mine off there.
Ellie,
I
would
get
you like
enough
to write
emails.
it down?
me too.
No, this is, I was just showing it to see what emails we
I
had.
don't want my email public.
No.
Do personal
Especially
stuff
if it's
in
your
it.
grandson's.
Yeah.
Me either. We're assuming that everyone's watching this.
And cares
Bated
about it.
breath.
Yeah.
Right.
And cares.
And
I'll
cares.
share this with Rob.
Well, there's a school committee
walking
meeting
over.
going on right now, so.
Thank you.
I know what,
I'm sure
I'd
they're-
rather not have my
they're
email
watching
all
that.
over the place. It's my only email and I use it.
Okay.
You know how long it took me to get the town email?
Okay. I'll shoot you a text message too, just to make sure you
I had like 82,000 on my other
Yeah.
emails, so I started a new one. It's easier than cleaning,
I
oh my god,
deleted-
82,000
Yeah,
emails.
realize,
Do you know how long it would take me to clean?
Yeah,
it?
no, yeah, nothing's
Yeah.
capitalized.
So
You
I just,
deleted them?
Right.
yeah, I went
Thank
through,
you.
And in
I
essence,
went through
yes,
the
stick with
first
this,
2 months.
because really, this is the
Make
one
sure,
that I
you know,
use.
if those are current, the ones
So
I want to
I-
keep.
I want
After
to
Schwab
that,
account is
I
associated with
clicked
it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's where all the money is.
So that's where all the money is.
2 months
The
in.
DEPT one is
I
the,
can't
I'm gonna have fun with, you know, all right, all the idiots in
Stuff
town.
in- When our daughter.
All right,
she was
I just
in
sent
Chile,
you,
Nancy's
yeah.
asking if I can
She
Has
was
to
in
do-
Chile, I sent it to Jay, and I say,
share.
share.
I updated it
Because I
for
figured someday maybe she'll write a book. Let her show my
I pretty much
dad.
found it, I don't go on Facebook.
When they were, because they communicated that was, she was there when there was no FaceTime.
No, it's fine.
This still says 58 tabs were unread.
Did you have a game
I
like that?
deleted them.
I don't think we'll be here.
You're supposed to
Okay.
read
Depending
it
on how
first.
this
I-
next discussion.
In my head, I
In your
know.
free time,
No,
start
I'm
reading.
fine with
But I know what it's like hurting cats, so I don't want to be part of the problem.
It's too much. It's too much.
What, technology?
I know, we'll be done by then.
Yeah, I did. This was, which is.
So did we accept that letter to go?
He's over
Yes.
there.
We had, with the edits made,
Tim said,
With the
you're
edits
getting his
made?
phone.
do I need to make a motion, do we need a motion on that, or are we just
A
gonna?
motion to approve this?
The, well, the survey, the letter to the editor, the one to the boards and commissions, or are you just going to say we're good with this?
I think, no, hearing no objection, that's within your authority, I
We've had,
think.
Yes.
we've had this discussion, we've
Yeah.
made this as a unit, okay.
I love it.
And were
Thank
there
you
any
for doing
other
all that.
edits other than the link to the letter to the editor? I
Um,
don't know if I missed anything.
Just the highlighted.
Okay.
He's gonna.
Thanks for doing that, Diane.
You're
That's
welcome.
awesome. It's
So,
gonna really streamline things.
agenda item 4, general review and discussion of existing charter with emphasis on Article 1, basic provisions, and Article 2, elections. Well, it's only 2 pages of the,
Right, we're just gonna start.
so section 101, incorporation. Unless somebody thinks we need to do anything there, that's pretty straightforward. Or do we need to?
Is there any way, isn't there a way you can tell whether, like, this is our current one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Should be.
Does it show where amendments were made?
No. Not here. I'm not sure if you'd have to
It's
dig
at the
back
end.
into
No one's made,
each
they're probably.
commission's correspondence or something.
You'd have to go back and get the actual language,
On the
full
ballot.
language
On
to
the
each
ballot.
one, to see where, what was removed and what was, because it's whole sections
know.
sometimes put in. But that is all available, because we had a whole file of our full charter.
So it is possible, all right, to go back and get the charter from
Yes.
1994.
Yes.
It was.
And then compare it to what we have,
Well, you'd
what we have now. Because then you'd be able to see
But
what
you've
was
got
changed.
6 or 7 different times of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times of amendments. So it would be
My computer went to
difficult.
sleep.
I mean, you could,
You wanna
but
tip
it
it?
might be futile to.
They're not, well, I'm just thinking we can go back to the most recent one
It's really.
that has the changes.
You got a passcode on there?
No, just hit enter. I mean, there is, but for this, it's probably gonna wake right up.
So I would say on Article 1, unless somebody is itching to change to like a mayor, elected mayor form of government or something like that, I think this is all pretty standard fare.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that we had a single proposed request
No.
to this.
No, I'm looking at transfer town land, so that's,
Same for 102.
that's kind of.
Yeah.
2, we did have a proposed change.
Is
We
it
did?
town
102?
land?
Yeah.
Transfer of town land?
You don't wanna call it council administrator.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
There's a big one.
What was it?
There's a little-
It was on section 203, and as I recall, the position we took at the time.
Oh, we're just on Article 1.
Only on one.
Yeah, we're on
I
one.
thought you.
We're trying to warm up with an easy one here.
Section 102, Whit.
102 is,
Oh, yeah, that's,
That's what we have, council.
yeah, we have, right?
So section 103, powers of the town. I am not going to bore you by listening to my voice as I read through it, so everybody has it in front of them.
And again, the framework here, because we have our own little charter as enabled by the Constitution, so that's why we're going through this trouble of enumerating all these powers to kind of pick up the authority that the Constitution allows us to have.
Is there any
no.
No.
questions, concerns?
No.
Comments? No? 104, intergovernmental agreements.
Not the council.
Yep.
All good there?
Yep.
And Article 2, elections. The state
You guys don't want a mayor?
constitution.
This is
laws,
where we change it, right?
Elections. 201, canvassing authority.
Yep. No problem with that.
Okay.
No.
Wait a minute, I just wanna make sure I understand what I'm getting this on.
Now, you were on the board, Nancy, and
I
you
was,
resigned.
and one of the
Yes,
things
so-
that always.
So they,
Is that
I'm a
later in?
Republican, so there were when I was appointed, there were 2 Democrats and 1 Republican.
Right.
And then there has to be an alternate from each party.
But when you were
So-
elected to this,
Yes.
or you resigned,
Yes,
is that someplace else in the charter? It says all members of the board now in office shall continue until expiration. There must be something in the charter
there
that
is.
says you
It
have to,
talks about
but not
vacancies.
here.
No,
Okay,
just vacancies for
All right.
any appointed position. There was something.
okay.
So I
That's
did
just
resign.
now in
Yeah.
effect until the new.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there is something with the Board of Canvas that was always kind of, stuck with me. We actually pay our Board of Canvas.
Yes.
I'd like to just check with some other communities and see if that's the process. It was long before me and it was continued from me, but it's kind of an arbitrary amount. There's no, I mean, we approve it out of budget process, you know. Do you mind if I just check
No, go
on
right
that?
ahead. I probably would need to recuse because I think my sister-in-law might be on the board of canvassers.
Who's your sister-in-law?
Susan Borrego.
I think she's an alternate.
Oh, I don't know.
It's still too close.
I don't know, I can
No,
find
Laura.
it probably in their charters if I just go
I
online
don't
and
know,
look.
is there reference to any boards getting paid in here?
Well,
Town
no
council
boards
gets
are paid, except for the Board of Canvas. But, and I'm not opposed to pay, I'm just
I don't have a
curious
Right.
why that one board is.
Right, right.
And I don't know where it began, long before
I don't
me,
know.
before I came on board of work, so, I'm just curious, I'm not opposed to it, I'm just like to know.
And even for town council, they don't reference payment in here, is that correct?
Oh, they don't, under the town council either, no.
I don't see it.
I
So
don't think
where
any-
would that be?
So
So that is another elected board that's
probably
paid to town
ordinance.
council.
And
So
the
I
school
guess it
board
doesn't
too.
matter, but.
Yeah, school board gets
The
paid
school
too.
committee
Oh, and the
does.
school committee gets paid too?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think the town clerk, pretty sure.
Well, that's it.
That's all right, she earned it.
Yeah,
But what,
no kidding.
what, So what's, oh, yeah, it's just a budget committee. All right, then it's probably not an issue. I wasn't thinking
So where is
other
that?
elected.
The payments?
Yeah,
I don't think it's in
It's
here.
part of the budget.
Well, because that,
This, and maybe it doesn't need to be because this is just the overall structure of the government.
and is
Terms of
there any
office,
other
we're
elected
voted
boards?
in.
There's the charter, but this,
Elected.
no, I don't think there is.
This one?
no,
Just this one. But I mean, I know it's always come up with the council will always say, no, let's not pick this and the other. But I didn't realize, yes, when you consider, they're all stipend payments, they're not, it's not like they're salary, but, yeah, so I guess it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter to me. We'll let the budget committee worry about it.
yeah, the library, no.
Must have been that it was so popular that they had to put some money, tie some money to the,
Well, on election years, they do put in an exorbitant amount of time, but in the rest of the year, they don't. Usually the clerk handles a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean as much now that you put it in its perspective.
so.
So I don't have any issue with
We're
it.
good with 201 then at this point?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 202, vacancy of elected positions.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I think.
And that was a charter change. That was a charter change that was approved in
What was
2018,
approved?
elected,
I know, but what was the,
next highest
Next
vote
highest
getter.
voter.
I thought
Yeah.
that said that. Oh,
And they approved it.
Didn't there used to be like a threshold? Like if you didn't get enough votes, then the council could still, there was a change to that, I think.
And there's always been talk of making those two positions not elected,
Mhm.
I agree
but appoint,
strongly.
because, yes, because you don't want somebody like me in there doing
No,
whatever.
I'm not talking about the clerk, I'm talking about the treasurer.
Treasurer.
Oh, I'm talking about both, because I have to tell you, there's very few elected clerks in the state.
Mhm.
They're mostly appointed. Now, I
But that would
like
come
being
up-
elected because you could remain neutral. You could,
Right?
you know, you didn't have to worry about who was asking for what. I think it's very important in that position, but I gotta tell you, it
But-
seems to work in other communities, and most of them aren't.
But if
Could
councils
we
change.
skip that? I'd like to,
Well, it'll
But
come
that, I
back.
think it comes
Oh,
up
okay.
I
later.
mean, yeah, so it'll definitely, I mean, I'm not rushing it, I'm happy to talk
Okay.
about it.
I think that comes up later, doesn't it?
all right, I'll
Because
just
I know,
make my own
I know
note.
the treasurer comes up
How they're
later.
filled, yes.
Yeah, this is what I found confusing, so you have all of this at the beginning that really sets things up, but then it goes right into the Board of Canvassers, and so you start to say, okay, here's one of the committees, this is what it looks like.
Right,
But then it goes into all of this other stuff, back to procedural stuff, and then it's not until later that it returns to actually breaking down each committee.
I agree, yeah.
I would like to see the Board of Canvassers put in the same section with all of the other boards and committees, so they're all together.
Even
correct.
things like transfer of town land is under
Well, because it's
elections.
falling under
Right.
Yeah,
elections.
it's strange.
But they do fall under elections, because they're the ones who perform the elections.
Right, certifying,
So that's
yeah.
kind of why that, I think the Board of Canvass may need to be in there. But what is the clerk and the treasurer doing in there?
well,
I mean, the
the
clerk
major
has duties of it, but
appropriations
that's
is
it.
because right
It's
now,
vacancy.
under Title 45 of the general laws, must be approved by the electors at a referendum.
A lot of this has to be approved by the
But I
electors.
mean,
It
it's
doesn't
in
need
the-
to be
Yeah,
under
that's fine.
elections. I think that's misplaced, I think. That might be able to move. I'm just making notes on them.
Yeah.
You said we'll be back at it again, so.
So 203, balloting on major appropriations, not
This
proposals
is
for
the one you were
bonds,
talking about,
issuance
yeah.
of bonds.
So, I actually brought copies of these, and you can look at it, just our thought was, from the prior commission, was that it doesn't address, oh, I'm sorry, Diane there.
That's for Jerry.
The charter is not clear regarding the town spending money without voter approval. So we took out the word appropriation from that section. Still allowing, so that just shows how we, and it also sort of shows you how we pose the question, Mike, you were asking? Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
If I remember, I think the issue here is something like, everybody agreed that the voters approved the budget, but that was just spending authority, and the council took the view, I think I have this right, that the council could still borrow money, even, you could borrow all the money it wanted, and as long, and the voters couldn't stop them. This is what the issue was, something
Yeah.
like that. But there have been changes, and I don't know if that's been fixed with some of the 2022 changes. I'm not totally sure if it's the same.
What do 22 changes?
Weren't there?
And the
It's
FDR
not
has
any
been
amount of
eliminated.
money, Rob, because this stipulates
Larger
only
amount,
up to 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
And
not
it-
any amount of money.
Yeah, right.
It's, I think originally.
The
back-
borrowing was
Yes,
up to 500.
back then was, that's probably been in there, I'll bet, almost from the original charter.
Sure.
And the reason being with that, the cash flow,
Right.
because, and I wanna say, because I was treasurer before I was clerk, but that was 30-some years ago. That had to do a lot with cash flow, because I wanna say teachers' salaries could be paid at a lump sum for the summer,
Yes.
or over the whole summer, and with insurance payments, with all the bills of the town. We were running low at points. So I don't even know when that has been used. It was never used under my time that I can remember. But I will say it had to do with cash flow. If our reserves are where they belong, we shouldn't have problems with cash flows or need short-term borrowing. But I can tell you this, Portsmouth and stuff has done it, because I remember them, that's one of the reasons they changed their budget scheduling, so yes. So I think that is something from back then, and I don't know if it ever has in fact been used. Just because I'm saying no, I don't remember it, I don't know it. But I will ask.
I don't have a memory of us borrowing money to cover shortfalls.
This was years ago, 35 years ago I'm talking, when our cash flow was more limited, because we had certain times of the year that you would, and what comes to mind is the school department salaries. I think back then you could get a lump sum
In June,
June.
yeah.
for the summer, or you could take it monthly.
And
you
like
know.
30 years ago, you were 30. 30 years ago, you were 30.
It's
I
longer
was
than
scared. Yeah,
that. But
too early for you, Rob, but I'm telling you, I was treasurer, and that was part of the process was our cash flow. And we didn't ever want to get where, you weren't paying the insurances and things like that. But it was tracked and closely through the
Did we
summer.
have- did we have at one time 10 and 12-month employees in the
In
schools?
school,
Was that ever a thing?
I don't.
12 month, yes, your secretaries work through the summer.
Also
So-
The
principals.
custodians work through the
Principals.
summer, and the principals work through the summer.
But for the teachers that worked 10 months, they were unpaid for the summer? Or did they
No,
have the
they,
option?
No,
to
they
you
work
didn't.
had the
12
option
months?
of, at least in Westport, you could take 21 paychecks or 26 paychecks.
Okay.
So if you took 26, you get paid through the
Through the
summer.
summer, yeah.
Some people took 21 and they would get a lump check
Yeah.
at the beginning of the summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was thinking that with the 21, they just spread the 26 over that time frame, but no,
Oh, yes. No, I
No.
got that wrong.
it's, they take the
a lump-
salary.
They take the
it's the-
salary,
and
and
break
then
it
at
over
the,
the-
Break
in
it up.
June, they take a lump check.
Yes.
I always did, because I didn't want them to have any
It was an
money.
option back then.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
yeah.
talking
For
30
5
years
months.
ago.
Yeah,
So
all right, so,
whether that's still a well, we don't really have a high reserve, do we? I don't think so. But, so that might, you know, it might not be our priority one to meddle with, to amend, but it might be just something to keep. I'm just making a list of look intos.
yeah, so what,
We'll go back.
so the proposal here,
And how often would that
reduce it
happen?
to 250?
To borrow.
And
Insurances came off,
Yeah.
different things.
But
came
I'm
off.
saying if every time you wanted to, borrow, you had to have a referendum, that could get very costly.
Only if it were over 500,000. This was to protect you from going through doing all that.
Yeah, because, but to change it to
Especially in an emergency
250,
situation.
correct.
And
And
maybe that's what needs to be clarified, the type of emergency that might warrant the
Yeah.
town having to spend, having to borrow.
because if you change it to 250, it's even less. In today's world, 250 is.
Another suggestion, rather than us deciding what an emergency might be, is sometimes you'll see this in other settings also, just stronger than a majority, so say a super majority. So if, say, 4/5 or 6/7 of the town council declares an emergency and goes on record, then you have an emergency, you know. But something that they
Yeah.
kind of wear the bullseye and they make that decision if there's super consensus. So that's another way to go at it.
well, it's a consideration, they are the leadership that we've elected.
Mhm.
And they have the most facts on the ground, probably, that are elected.
And I was thinking too, you'd want to put something here, the treasurer should have some kind of weigh in too.
Yeah, that's a
On
good
that.
point. Yeah, I agree.
You know,
At least consultative input, if not,
Consultation, yeah.
if not
Yeah.
approval, yeah.
And does the treasurer actually have the ability to borrow up to the 500,000 or whatever number it's gonna be, without the council approval? Because she's an elected official and this isn't telling me she needs the council approval.
let's see what her job.
That's section 602.
It's a lot, it's always a
It kicks to all general law, you know, who knows what that all says, but specifically for borrowing.
Town treasurer,
Number 13,
Why is she
yeah,
borrowing if
There you go.
elected?
necessary.
That should not be an elected
13.
position. Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
but it needs council approval.
Town council approval.
So she could borrow up to that amount without the council approval.
I think 13 seems to ask for approval every time.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
provided the town council approval is granted
Granted
prior
prior.
to said borrowing. So,
Yeah.
so they would have to.
But I like the idea of the treasurer, particularly an elected treasurer, but even having some authority, I think, wouldn't be a terrible thing. If the treasurer herself declared an emergency, I'd be interested in thinking about that a little more, just in case the council's, you know, unresponsive or incapacitated or whatever. It's all, sorry, backup, need a backup
Yeah,
plan.
because I
Like
think we
that.
had a couple of treasurers that decided, so.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
see
I
that,
think we had
then
a
that goes
couple.
back to where I think they should be appointed,
Yeah.
Or
not
the chair and the
elected.
vice chair.
But if they're appointed, then
At
I think it's
least.
less of an issue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is exactly related, but I feel like based on I've been on prior councils and budget committees, commissions, committees, I feel like I've heard the argument that if it comes from, say, a restricted source. So say the federal government creates a program that says, here's this special program for this restricted purpose, and I feel like when that happens, I've heard people assert that they don't need approvals from the people. And I'm not sure I have my memories correct on this. I don't know that I have a position on it, but as we
Can you
think
give an
about this.
example?
Well, let's say they say, here's a restricted grant that's just for the purposes of,
Okay, so let's say
sewer
Title
reconstruction or
Or
something.
you're checking municipal.
I'm thinking
okay.
more municipal, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there are situations like that where maybe the treasurer or maybe the town council can go with it without having to go through the FTR process, or at least we've had a lot of discussion about that. My memory's hazy on this. I don't think I have an opinion on it, but it's something to keep in mind as we continue this, because this is obviously just one of about 30 provisions of the charter on budgeting, so.
So I think you bring up a good point, and so I'm assuming the process would be that the town council would first have to approve the grant and the budget in the grant. So in essence, they're giving the town treasurer the authority to expend those funds as they're written into the grant.
Yes,
So
and
why would a second approval be needed?
No, I
Is
don't
that
know that
what
it impacts the treasurer. I feel like I've been in places where we've approved things, big important things, and obligated the town that have not been required to go to the people. Because it was in like a restricted program.
Because it wasn't coming from the general fund.
Right, so even though, so the taxpayers didn't pay for it, but we were obligating the expenditure. And so so even one of the little edits in here, I think it crosses off the word appropriation. I know I'm not doing a good job here, but just as we go through this, keep an eye on the distinction between borrowing and raising taxes and spending, because those don't always necessarily go together. If somebody just donates money to the town, and it's a restricted purpose, I believe, and I think this is probably the right result, that the town council can accept the grant, accept the donation, and incur this expenditure. If it starts to require matching funds from the taxpayers, then I think maybe that's a different story, but just, there's some hubbub about that, at least in my mind. Just keep an eye on that.
Right.
And how that impacts the treasurer, I think the treasurer can actuate any legally created obligation and expenditure from whatever source it may present itself from. So I'm not sure that's specifically a treasurer thing.
Will be,
Not sure I helped much with the last thing.
Something to think
Yeah,
about.
I don't know, but
There's a difference
I
between
want to be on
expenditure
record
and
that I
borrowing.
am not comfortable with this section yet. I'm
203.
really not.
203.
Right.
203. Yeah.
As amended, or as
That
proposed?
amendment
A proposed.
is not a proposed amendment now.
Correct, correct.
It's an amendment from 2018, right?
Right.
Yeah, but
You're not happy with the
I'm
language in
not
the
saying
charter.
that, yeah, I'm not happy with the charter yet. Or at least not fully comfortable with it.
May I
But
put
that's
in
only me.
Yep,
I don't care, you know, we move on.
we've got how many months we can decide?
But
Well,
I'm
203.
highlighting this in my notes.
Yes,
That
Yes.
comes up a few times.
Does it?
Yeah, because these all are, we've had the whole balloting thing, powers of this body and the FTR.
Okay.
so that's section 203 to be
And these
discussed.
vacancies that
More.
we need
Is there
to
an
get
FTR?
out of there.
There is no,
Yeah.
unless you have an elected petition.
Nancy, to your point, the line in the center of this, the council shall cause language to be prepared with the approval of the board of campuses for all such referendum questions. Cause language to be prepared doesn't define by who. Is it the appointed attorney?
Are we moving
Board
on
of
to
Canvass
this one? Are we talking about
What
this
section now
one?
are you?
In 203.
In my
The
opinion,
Board of
that's the board of
Canvass is gonna
canvassers.
approve it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
their
I mean, I
job,
think
right?
there's too much in,
Getting too deep in the weeds?
yeah, I don't know. That's only me, I'm not comfortable with it yet. But I,
The council shall call one to do with the approval, because the Board of Canvassers approves the
What goes on the
questions that go to
ballot,
the
yeah.
ballot.
At the end of the day, I think it's the board of canvassers.
well, the
Maybe
word,
it's just the way it's worded, maybe.
Right,
we-
that's what
needs
Nancy
to
just
be
said, the
broken
wording.
down a little clearer. So, okay, so we'll put that on the agenda for next time to review again.
Certainly.
Yep.
203, and Nancy can formulate her concerns.
And Nancy, you had the question about has this provision been used recently in the history of when it might have been? So maybe
Yeah,
if you're able
I'm
to
gonna
talk to
check, yeah.
Denise,
yeah, now,
she might
well,
have some background.
gee, this even comes before Denise, I think.
Who?
This is in effect long before Denise even. But I will talk to her and ask if she thinks, can remember. Actually, there are other sources too that would remember this. Like Louise Durfee or somebody might remember if it was ever, because she handled a lot of the bonding for town and stuff. So, I'll check with what I can.
Okay,
And
sounds good. Any other comments regarding 203? On to
We're
204?
gonna come back to that one, right?
Yeah, we'll be returning to it. So transfer of town land.
do we need except for parcels in the
Yeah,
industrial park, since I think they have sold the parcels, have they not?
Well, I
There's
don't
still
know,
some-
but
there's still some
except for
left.
parcels
But
that-
I mean, by the time this hits a ballot, that may, some of this may be new.
So
This
I
came
am
up with
trying
the
to
sale of
understand
the-
the way
of
the
the
budget
Essex
for
Library.
the 301 currently works, because this is all new, this was the new amendment that happened. And that's where you have and the reason I'm raising it now is it sounds like under the budgeting process now, that the town council proposes a unified budget, which I guess unifies the schools with the town, is my understanding.
Yes.
And then they adopt a preliminary unified budget ordinance. And that proposed ordinance is now published. And then at some point, the budget committee does something with it.
That's basically what the budget committee was done when they submitted their proposed.
They have a right to look at it at that point. Then they come up with this proposed budget. And then,
Still on transfer of land?
No.
and then
You done
the
with
town
Yeah,
clerk
this is,
then
this is,
posts
this
a
is like
copy of
the
it.
3 meeting.
So at that
on
point, there's been
the budget
no
process.
referendum like we know of it, financial town referendum.
Correct.
The whole process has been changed. And the only time you possibly have one is if somebody puts an elective budget referendum proposal in, which they have to do within 2 weeks of this published, adopted budget with 300 signatures. And then you'll have an FTR. So, and the reason I'm talking about this is, so when you get back to like transfer of town land, must be approved by a vote of the electors either at a financial town referendum or a referendum. And we don't have,
An FTR
Well, you could have an FTR,
with a
but otherwise
just
they'd
for
have,
that purpose.
otherwise they'd have to call a
referendum.
capital R referendum, which is basically a special election.
Okay,
So I think it's okay.
okay, all right. I see. So if it's just referendum, that's a special election?
I believe it is just a yes/no vote
Okay.
election. Just checking a box here. I'll send this to everybody, but in case you're wondering what Rhode Island General Law 44-9-18-3 is.
Yeah, oh, I wanna know.
That's the Tiverton Land Trust. That allows, that's the exception, that the treasurer, with approval of council, can transfer land for free to the land trust, so.
That's, but isn't that of minor value, is that like, not a tax sale, but the treasurer can do a treasury sale of land? Isn't that how we get those parcels into the land trust? They're like parcels under of minimal value, but it doesn't tell you what the minimal value is. Because I know I held 3 of them,
Yeah.
3 of those sales, and it transfers property into the land trust.
Various nonprofits, or was there?
No, it's
Just
just the
a
land
specific
trust.
and
It's just the land trust thing.
got a special
Yeah.
thing here. So that, I'll
Who
send
runs the
this to
land,
you.
who's the trustee of the land trust?
It was a board.
It's a board.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're in here though.
Something was passed that gave that authority. Well, I guess that's 44,918.
Right?
I'm sorry, your old email that I'm not using, Ellie, was it a Gmail or a Yahoo? I figured out 7 out of 9
Yahoo.
was. Yahoo is the one
She's
to
not
take
using
off.
Yahoo.
Right, not that, I'm not using the
Okay,
DEPTBYR.
perfect, okay, I'm gonna send this,
Is it Open Space and Land Preservation Commission?
Nancy, you wouldn't
Is that-
believe half the
is
shit
that
that
the
I get
land
at
trust?
DEPTBYR, so.
Is this the land trust? Land Preservation?
Open Space and Land Preservation Commission, is that the land trust?
Must be.
no, that's
No.
a town body, that commission.
Right, so
Yeah.
Okay, I just emailed you that section if you wanna take a look at it, but
they must work with the land trust. I mean,
I don't remember a lot of discussion about this, but it was 7 years ago, so I don't.
7 years. Yikes.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
So you're telling me that that Francis Marshall's dead?
Yeah, he passed away. Last year he
Let me
passed
see who I
away.
would have talked to.
That way you
Richard
know I got
Long.
it.
Oh my God, there's a blast from the past. Ruth Hollenbeck, is she, I don't know, if she's
Ruth,
still around?
she's in Florida.
Move the floor.
Robert Gaw, maybe? You talking
He's still
Robert
around.
Gaw?
No, I know him, and that was
John
from our
Martin.
stuff. I talked to people from old,
No,
old
this is
charters.
2011.
So,
Robert Gaw, he's
shall
still in
we,
town.
shall we come back to
Yeah, he was
204
on our
after having an opportunity to review what the land
No.
trust
No,
is?
Richard Wrong. Robert
Yeah.
Gaw was on the commission before.
No, he
He's
just
gone
was very
too.
helpful.
He moved out. to-
Yeah,
Is this guy still?
Ray Boucher, yeah, I think so. He was
He's
in
on-
office and
He's on Highland Road, right?
Yes, everybody, we move on from 204, we can come back to it to find out what the land trust, once we have an opportunity to look into the general law reference
Okay.
and figure out who
Sounds good,
is our land trust
correct.
constituent, not we're the constituents, but who constitutes.
We're bored.
So our agenda item 5, acknowledgement and potential discussion of received and potential new proposed charter changes. I think
say
that,
we're just have things under consideration.
We just have
Yeah.
yours as far as I know, right?
that was wanted to show the form, but.
Oh, that was, okay, that was it, okay,
That's-
so we don't have
Yeah.
it.
At this point, so we've talked about the spreadsheet that we generously put together, that was, I think, a great tool for recording what we get. I think that we're gonna be, well, today, it's not the case, we're gonna be getting a significant amount of
Correct.
submissions by late spring, early summer, once the word is out that there's
I hope so.
the commission is here and it's available and there's opportunity to submit. Would be comfortable recording them on the spreadsheet and
Yep,
we'll be able to discuss them on there.
yep.
Has anybody given, I've given a little bit of thought to this, but I'd like to ask your opinions. As we get these proposed changes, does it make sense to create some type of a weighting system for the value of the changes? As far as, what's the impact, what would be any cost, and to create a system, maybe 1 to 5, for different criteria among those concerns that we might have.
So we don't get bogged down in the
Yeah, if it's a bunch of little,
minutia, right?
little value, little impact,
I
things.
agree.
Again, with the Open Meeting Act, I don't want to start a circulating thing and rolling quorum with an email, but, if you want to give some thought to that, we can get it on the next agenda.
I actually like that idea. Yeah.
I might suggest too that we might have just a category for administrative changes that don't really impact substance, but they're, like you said, they're organizational. And those might just be in their own little
Or wording changes.
wording
Yep.
for clarity that
Yep.
we think isn't really a change. Because those might be important, and we might possibly, this is kind of where you get to who decides how, all those administrative changes might even be their own consolidated on those change.
Yeah.
As
If-
long
if
as
the Board of
each
Canvassers will
wording
agree.
is posted in the election
Right.
call, it doesn't, you could add
Yeah.
all, shall, following,
So a rating scale or
having no impact
a
on.
value or importance, or how do you wanna?
Well, that could, all three of those,
Yeah.
elements of it. If we have a scale of some sort, what are the criteria that we want
Right,
to
right,
meet?
right. Like if it's just wording, we put it in that category, wording.
And
And
then
right, right.
Expense, I mean, some will be
there'll be
expensive.
some cost.
Yep.
The cost for
Yeah, actually I like that.
Some cost,
impact,
yeah. How do you define impact, Nancy?
yeah, cost, mostly
Cost.
financial, probably mostly financial.
Well, that's gonna,
I would
that's
think.
definitely gonna draw people's interest,
Yeah.
but, so, not to get too far ahead of this, but if we were gonna eliminate the budget committee,
And, well, I was just,
is that, the impact of that, would that be something that would be considered in that category?
Do you wanna go back to the town financial meetings?
It's on the merits of what you told.
I can
So-
tell
Are
you.
you asking my opinion?
Well, I can tell you, Mike, when it went before, that was one of the proposals, the thing I handed out to you guys.
It's over.
They-
Never ask Nancy a question.
She's got it.
They-
Because do you know
They turned it down.
Yes,
if we ever,
overwhelmingly.
Overwhelmingly.
But that was before the change.
Yeah.
Where they eliminated basically the FDR, and now it's this,
Right.
now they're an advisory group as opposed to submitting a budget that then the town has
Yeah.
to.
I would
But
not
Maybe
be,
that
I would
budget
not be up for
process
that.
needs really looking into before the merits of eliminating a budget committee is
Yeah.
addressed.
have we
Yeah.
always had a budget committee? I'm just curious.
I think so.
As long as I can remember.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Past 20 years.
I've been on it, I've been on it, he's been on it.
I've been on it. You've been on it.
Mhm.
I even remember from when we used to have the big financial meeting,
Town meeting.
the town meeting in May, there was always
Mhm.
a budget
Yep.
committee
I'd
guy
say
that
at
would come up and
least
say,
Yep.
would come up with a
45,
figure.
50 years that I've been here.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
But it's
That's
paper
what we've been
tiger.
off of.
Yeah.
It's a
And I've been
paper
living
tiger
in
at
town,
this
yeah.
point.
That's
And now
because a
it's
lot of
like
its
you can't
powers
even-
have been
you-
taken away from it.
But you
So
can't even get people
Yeah.
to
So the
run.
merits of it may come into play, but is the process as is?
Right,
Right.
Does that need any type of amendment?
I
So,
think
mean,
so.
we really haven't delved into that, because honestly, people that have talked to me about the charter commission have some concerns with the
yes,
budget
the
process.
current
Yeah.
way,
So-
the
Budget.
current way it is now.
So it's hard to just say,
Yeah,
Was there
should we
any,
eliminate it?
sorry, was there ever any consideration to having a budget subcommittee, so members of the town council, like 3 members that would go deep into the department budgets and have a
Okay.
strong understanding?
So you've just raised an interesting question. I don't have an answer. But in talking, there was a subcommittee, the town council, at the time of thinking about the changes that did happen, they wanted to form a committee. They asked for people and they put out a notice. People signed up to study this. Nobody signed up. So then they formed a subcommittee.
Apathy.
And the subcommittee that they formed, under our charter, any committee member, one of the requirements is that they are an elector in the town of Tiverton. Committees and board members. It doesn't really address subcommittees. And in fact, the subcommittee that was created to create this new budgeting process was all, first of all, Cotta and the attorney, Marcello, neither of whom lived in Tiverton. And everybody else was an elected official. Joan Shabbat, Denise. It was weird. And they're the ones who came up with the idea. And I don't see where subcommittee is. I don't know if it's a way of getting around the prescription they have for committee members. I don't know where the subcommittees come in. You can't find the name of it anywhere in the charter.
It was just those 4 people?
No, there were 7 or 8, but they were all.
Well, I'm sure the
elected
solicitor
people.
was there just.
No, he was on the committee and he voted, and so did Cotta.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah.
And so did Cotta,
Who was the solicitor?
Marcello, and he lives in.
How many years ago was that?
This was like whenever they changed this thing. Donna Cook was on the town
2 years
council.
ago was the
And
change.
she was really upset about it.
Because Chris Carter.
22, so that's 2 years ago they
Oh, no,
said.
he's been there for as long as I've known him. He lived in, when he was elected as town administrator, he lived in Little Compton.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
But
So
I mean, that
anyway,
seems to be some public concern.
There is public concern
I think
about this.
that-
Regarding the budget committee's role,
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna invite their input too, right?
Yep.
I mean, they're,
that's our next meeting.
are they in first open session? Yeah.
Is 3:01, yes, they are. They're meeting
March.
tonight, as a matter of fact, at the senior center. They were there 2 weeks ago as well.
Who? Planning?
Budget committee.
Oh,
Yeah.
budget. There's 9 people on it?
So I think there are
7.
real concerns about it.
All right, so our next meeting, one of the, we're gonna be going into section Article 3.
Can I suggest,
Yes.
it's your call, but maybe we skip that and go to 4 and 5? I only say this because the budget is so all over the place, it might be better to hit everything up.
Come back to
But it's
it.
up to you, I mean, I just,
I'll put it up for
because the other ones almost become a warm-up, and then you see all the players, and then you,
Just the budget part, or?
No, Rob is suggesting skip Article 3
Right.
and come back to it.
Yeah.
But first, do the town council
Okay,
and budget
4 and
committee.
5.
okay.
4 and 5.
I only say that just because the budget innervates like every single part of the charter, so if
Yeah.
we're trying to
Yeah.
break
Do
it
four-
up
yeah,
piecemeal, we
Do
might
4
wanna
and
do
5,
that.
and then if we have to spend a whole meeting doing 3 to
Yeah.
get the budget.
4 or 5,
Right, yeah.
maybe come back to that even less.
Yeah.
Town
Well, we'll see
treasurer.
what the budget committee, they may
But
wanna weigh in
I don't need
too.
micromanage, whatever.
No,
You know?
it's,
All right, let's go
No,
for
it's a
4 and 1 then.
suggestion.
I think people will warm up to all, and then all of a sudden.
Let's do 4,
Okay.
but I wouldn't go past 4, I'd do just 4, right?
I'd like a change on 401.
It's nice to do the council and administrator together, because they're so close to
Right.
each other.
I
But remember, there's
highlighted
no-
that too.
There's no rules here, we can revisit anything, and anybody here can add to the agenda, I believe is our practice. So we can call extra meetings, nobody's rushed.
So just Article 4 for next week,
I would keep it in 2 weeks,
of 2
right?
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
because
think
if
we're
there's-
gonna revisit also 203 and 204.
Say
Plus
again?
our-
yeah. 203, 204. So 203, 204, and Article 4.
And if you have extra
I
time,
wouldn't even do it in 2 weeks. I'd pull that budget part, so Berlin.
That's what,
after the,
I
I
don't
would
think
do like-
putting it back on the agenda in 2 weeks is gonna make a difference for
but
me.
the budget committee is gonna be done with their process in April, I think.
Can't do anything about the process this year
Wow.
anyway.
Because they have to get it all in on that time frame that's,
But that's
Not handy,
gonna,
but-
that's not gonna change,
That's
right?
not gonna have any
That's-
impact
that's
on.
the-
No, but we want them to weigh in. I mean, it would be nice if they
But
had some
2
thoughts.
weeks is,
Who's
I
the
mean, is
chair? Who's
anybody
the
gonna be?
budget chair?
Mary Wall. She's a CFO for somebody, I forget.
For somebody.
I don't know that she ever actually told me who it was. But, yeah, she's been on the committee for a year or two, and
Were they all appointed? Because,
no, there was a couple of carryovers, Mary and Abigail Dapri, sorry. Diana Padamo was a carryover, but she opted out due to, family
okay.
commitments.
John Tello ran, right?
There was a few, that were elected, and I don't even remember. John Cello, that name is, yes,
No, because
I
he
met
ran for
him
council.
2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I stopped into the
Well,
meeting, they were
and
asking
then he
some
ran
questions
for-
I was able to answer.
How?
Nice.
Budget was at the same time. So
I'm
John
blanking-
Cello ran
Blank
for
on who the
council.
others are,
I'm
but,
pretty impressed you got that many on your bingo card. That's good, that's good.
I mean, we need to
Oh, Dan
respect
Dan
their
Darren
schedules and all, and their
is,
work they're
still
doing,
there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
what they're following through, so.
So I think they only have 6.
Okay.
Good deal.
All
we're
right.
closing in 10 minutes.
I didn't know they could, yeah.
Perfect.
8 o'clock.
So wait,
That's good that's a good thing to hold us to. That's good.
What,
all right,
8
so,
o'clock?
No, that they close, so then,
Oh, here they
yeah,
close?
yeah,
Oh.
so,
so general
We don't have a
admin
choice.
is, for the next agenda, we've got the 203, 204, and
and
Article 4.
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
We were good on the letters as you saw them, and those will go out, the letter to the editor. I'm gonna follow up.
Thank
and
you for doing that,
and,
Diane. Good job, good job.
I'll secure the, opportunity to speak to the town council.
You can, there's actually an ethics training,
Name
Yeah.
on
I
the
think
10th.
I'll
The
go
10th.
On the 10th.
because,
Well, I
You
was
need
told
it.
I had to go, so.
oh, you were? I don't know.
When is it?
I only received
The
an
10th.
email, but I thought,
March-
no,
March
it's the
10th.
12th,
March
isn't
10th.
it?
No,
No.
10th.
The
Yeah.
10th Monday.
Oh, when is it
Monday.
again?
So do you
Shoot.
think you'd be on
What
the
is that?
agenda that,
It's an ethics.
are you gonna put in for
training
the agenda that meeting?
On March
For the town
10th.
council?
Yes.
Yes, because they're
And
not
we
meeting
have
this
to
week,
go?
they'll be meeting next week.
I was
The
told I
reason
had
I'm
to go.
saying
I have a
it's
meeting.
ethics meeting is just before the council
Yep.
meeting. So I
No,
said I'd go the ethics,
Yeah.
maybe I need some
Ethics
ethics.
And then
need
did
some
everyone
ethics.
get
Water
their
board meeting.
ethics form?
I'm gonna get ethics tomorrow.
Huh?
Did you get the ethics form to fill out?
No.
Well, you won't get that yet unless you've last year been in a financial position.
I got one.
No,
in
I got one in the mail.
I got one in the mail.
I didn't get one.
Ah.
Why would I?
Rhode
Because the
Island
one you got in
ethics.
the mail is actually for 24.
I think because technically we were elected in 2004, that's probably how they get you.
Oh,
Because
she
why?
must have sent
Because
all
how?
the names in.
I think technically we were
You didn't get one?
we were
An
installed.
ethics thing?
No, I haven't gotten one.
Do I have to
gotten one.
put, do we really have to put a financial?
But we were on the ballot.
Yeah, we were on the ballot.
Mhm.
Oh, and
on the
I
ballot.
can tell you,
See
the
if
financial, we're all up to date on the
whatever it is,
financial
if
part of
It
it.
may have something to do with actually running.
Were you in office
When you-
last year on something else maybe? Is that part of it? You're in the budget committee or something?
If you were on one of those things, you're already in the system, so it all kind of populates over.
You do it right online, it's no big deal anyway.
Okay, so the March 10th thing, we have to go, because I have another meeting that night.
You
I
don't,
don't
We did not
Lady,
have
you
that.
don't
need
have to
ethics.
do
I
it.
don't have to go.
Trust
I
me,
just said I would go.
you don't
Of all
have to
the
do
people-
anything.
And if I don't go, I don't.
New ethics, it's moi. It's between my son and my husband.
All right.
I'm good with ethics.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, Nancy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Rob.
I put it on my calendar.